everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 7th of May 2022. Let's start. What is the rank of India in the RSF 2022 World Press Freedom Index? So according to this ranking, India's position has fallen down to 150th rank from last year when it was at 142 place. Okay. So this year Norway was at the top. Then it was followed by Denmark at 2nd place and the third was Sweden. Fine. So these are the top 3 countries, while North Korea remained at the bottom of the list of 180 countries and territories. Fine. So Reporters Sans Frontiers, that is RSF, or Reporters Without Borders, which is a global media watchdog, releases the report every year. Fine. Now let's see some of the important rankings. Which state topped the Niti Aayog's State Energy and Climate Index round 1? Many times we have discussed about it. Answer is Gujarat. And here we are talking about the large state category. Then Gujarat was followed by Kerala and then third was Punjab. Okay. You have to tell me among the smaller states, which state was at the top position. Which organization publishes the Export Preparedness Index? It is prepared by Niti Aayog and it tells you that a particular state or union territory is how much prepared to export its product. Okay. So in this, the topper state was Gujarat again. Then it was followed by Maharashtra and then Karnataka. What is the India's position in the Global House Price Index Quarter 4 2021 according to the Knight Frank? So in this, India's rank was 51. And the top 3 countries were, first is Turkey, second is New Zealand, and third is Czech Republic. Okay. And there were few countries in which decline was found in the housing prices. And these countries were, I am writing it here, Malaysia, Malta, and Morocco. Fine. So India's rank was 51. In the Sustainable Development Report 2021 or the Sustainable Development Index 2021, India is ranked at which position? So in this ranking, India was at 120th place. The topper country was Finland, then second is Sweden, and third is Denmark. Okay. Now apart from all these news, State of the World's Forest Report is a flagship publication of Food and Agriculture Organization. And as per the 2022 edition of this report that has been released during the World Forestry Congress, the world has lost 420 million hectares approximately, which is equal to nearly 10.34% of its total forest area in the last 30 years. Okay. And also it warned that 15% of 250 emerging infectious diseases have been linked to the forest. Fine. So you can be asked that which organization releases the State of the World's Forest Report? It is Food and Agriculture Organization. Next question. India signed a pact on the Green Hydrogen Task Force and agreed to work on artificial intelligence startups with which country? So India and Germany recently inked a joint declaration of intent on Indo-German Green Hydrogen Task Force, and they have agreed to work together with focus on artificial intelligence startups as well as artificial intelligence research and its application in sustainability and health care. Okay. So India's Science and Technology and Earth Sciences Minister Jitendra Singh visited Germany as part of his official tour. Fine. Now coming to the question slide. India's first greenfield grain-based ethanol plant has been inaugurated in which state or union territory? So Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar inaugurated the country's first greenfield grain-based ethanol plant where? In Purnia. And the 105 crore rupees plant by the Eastern India Biofuels is the first one developed since the centre gave approval to the Bihar's Ethanol Production and Promotion Policy 2021. So the state government has proposed opening at least 17 ethanol plants over the next 2 years. Okay. Now India's first pure green hydrogen plant has been commissioned in which state? So recently it has been commissioned in the state of Assam at its Jorhat pump station, and installed capacity is 10 kilograms per day. Okay. Who is the Chief Minister of Assam? Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma, and Governor is Jagdish Mukhi. State-owned NHPC signed a memorandum of understanding with which state for the development of green hydrogen? What is NHPC? National Hydroelectric Power Station, and here correct answer is Himachal Pradesh. Which state-run company has partnered with Larsen & Toubro and Renew Power for a joint venture for the green hydrogen? So Indian Oil Corporation has partnered with Larsen & Toubro and Renew Power for this joint venture in the field of green hydrogen. Which Indian bank is launching a green deposits program? So it has been launched by the DBS Bank. Fine. Next question. Jivhala is a special loan scheme launched by which state government? So the Maharashtra Department of Prison has launched the first kind of credit scheme for the prisoners in jails across the state. And the loan scheme, which is called Jivhala, is offered by the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank for inmates who are undergoing a prison sentence of more than 3 years. So the pilot was introduced at Yeravada Central Jail, which is in Pune, and it will be extended to nearly 60 prisons. So inmates can use the loans for education of their children, medical treatment of their family members, legal fees, or any type of other expenses. Fine. Now let's see the question slide. Which of the following ministries has launched Information Monitoring, Evaluation and Social Audit Scheme? Answer is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So under this, social audits are to be conducted for all the schemes of department from financial year 2021 to 22 through the social audit units of states and the National Institute for Research, Development and Panchayati Raj. Fine. Next question. National Behavior Change Communication Framework for the Garbage Free Cities has been launched under which scheme? So it has been launched under Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0, which works under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Zero Defect, Zero Effect Certification Scheme is associated with which union ministry? So it is related to MSME Ministry, and it was launched in the year 2016. And aim is to encourage the manufacturers of goods by the MSMEs without any defect and without any effect on the environment and make it properly sustainable. Fine. What is the name of the 90-day interministerial campaign to saturate 75 districts with beneficiary schemes of 9 central ministries? This is Azadi Se Antyodaya Tak. Who are the beneficiaries of PM Swanidhi scheme? So this scheme is for street vendors, and recently it has been launched in 126 more cities across 14 states. Okay, and aim is to provide collateral free loan to the street vendors. Fine. Next question. When is the World Tuna Day celebrated every year? So World Tuna Day on 2nd of May was established in December 2016 by the United Nations General Assembly, and aim was to preserve the endangered species and to highlight the importance of sustainable fishing practices as well. Okay, and as per the United Nations, around 7 million metric tons of tuna and tuna-like species are harvested every year, and this year it is being celebrated under the theme Our Tuna, Our Heritage. Okay, so this was the theme for the year 2022. Let's see some of the important days and themes. When is the World Veterinary Day annually observed? So it is observed on last Saturday in the month of April, and this year it falls on 30th of April. Okay, and theme for this year was strengthening veterinary resilience. Fine. When is the World Day for Safety and Health at Work observed? It is observed on 28th of April every year, and this year theme was Act Together to Build a Positive, Safety and Healthy Culture. What is the theme of a World Intellectual Property Day 2022? It is observed on 26th of April, and this year theme was Intellectual Property and Youth Innovating for a Better Future. Fine. When is the International Day of Multilateralism and Diplomacy for Peace celebrated? It is observed on 24th of April, and aim is to avoid the wars and solve the disputes in peaceful manner. Which state government has announced to observe 18th of December as Minorities' Rights Day? So this has been announced by the state Tamil Nadu, and also Tamil Nadu has decided to observe the birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar as the Equality Day. Fine. Next question. CubeSat LakshyaSat, a nano satellite built by an Indian research scholar, was launched from which country? So Sai Divya, research scholar in satellite communications from the state Andhra Pradesh, has developed this CubeSat LakshyaSat, which is a research nano satellite. And after she sent the prototype of the CubeSat to the UK, the B2 space company launched this satellite. And the CubeSat model, which is placed inside a space box platform, was sent to the stratosphere to collect various parameters of the stratosphere using a high altitude balloon. Fine. Now let's see some of the important satellites that were in news. Which is the first airline in Asia to use the Gagan satellite based navigation system during landing? This airline is Indigo. The Galilean moons are the natural satellites of which planet? So these are the natural satellites of the planet Jupiter, and it is a kind of group of the 4 largest moons of Jupiter. Which are these? Io, Europa, third is Ganymede, and fourth is Callisto. Do remember that Europa is the Jupiter's 6th closest moon, and it is the smallest of the 4 Galilean moons. Phobos is the natural satellite or moon of which planet? So Phobos is the moon of planet Mars. Which is the first country to announce a ban on missile test against the space satellite? This country is USA. And due to the space debris problem, it has now decided to ban the missile test against space. Which country launched the Zhongxing 6D communication satellite? It belonged to the country China. NROL-85, which was launched recently, is an intelligence satellite of which country? So this is an intelligence satellite of the country USA. Okay. Next question. Which institution has partnered with the Indian Metrological Department to develop the weather forecasting application? So IIT Bombay has partnered with the IMD, which works under the Ministry of Earth Sciences, to develop the climate solutions at village, city and district level. So this collaboration will help IIT Bombay to develop the sensor and drone based smart monitoring system, then climate smart agriculture technology, intelligent early warning systems, wind energy and heat wave forecast, etc. Fine. Now let's see some of the important applications that were in use. Which of the following mobile applications has been launched as a super application that brings together all digital services and apps on a single platform? This is new. And it is an application of India's leading conglomerate Tata Group. Fine. Which is the first state to develop migration tracking system, that is MTS application? So This type of application has been developed by the state Maharashtra. So in this, they will basically track the movement of the migrants there, which is the first state assembly in the country to implement the national e-Vidhan application. So the first state assembly which has become digital is the Nagaland. Dishank is a land digitization application of which Indian state? So Dishank is the application from Karnataka. Which bank has established a Surya Shakti cell to process the solar power loan application? This bank is State Bank of India. Fine. Also don't forget that recently Bhasha Sangam has been developed by Ministry of Education and it is also an application. Fine. Next question. Harshada Sharad Garud, who was seen in the news recently, is associated with which sports? So she made history by becoming the first Indian to win a gold medal in the weightlifting at the IWF Junior World Championship, which took place in Greece. So she lifted 153 kg in the 45 kg weight category to finish on top of the podium, and before her there are only 2 Indians to win a medal in this championship. Who are these? Mirabai Chanu, who had won a bronze in the year 2013, and Achinta Shiuli, who won silver last year. Fine. Coming to the question slide. Which state recently commemorated its 100th year of sports journalism? This state is Assam. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister inaugurated the second Khelo Master Games 2022 at which place? So this event has been inaugurated in New Delhi recently. Alvera Brito, who passed away recently, was a former Indian captain of which sport? So she was a former Indian captain of hockey. Arjun Halakurki, Sunil Kumar and Neeraj, who were seen in the news, are associated with which sport? They are related to wrestling. Can you tell me why they were in news? Do let me know in the comments. Ankita Raina, Rutuja Bhosle, Riya Bhatia and Sojan Bhavisetti are associated with which sport? So they are related to tennis, and recently they have won the 3rd place at Billie Jean King Cup 2022. Sajan Prakash and Vedant Madhavan, who were seen in the news recently, are associated with which sport? So they are the swimmers, and recently they have bagged silver medal in the men's 1500 meter freestyle event at Danish Open swimming meet in Copenhagen in Denmark. Fine. Next question. Which country hosted the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure? So CDRI, that is Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, hosted the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, where? In New Delhi, in both offline and online modes. So it is being hosted in collaboration with the US government, and the conference was attended by the Prime Ministers of India, Australia and Japan, as well as the President of Ghana and Madagascar. So India launched the initiative on infrastructure for resilient island states at COP26 in the year 2021. Can you tell me what was the venue of this COP26 event? So correct answer would be India. Let's see some of the important hosts and conferences. Which country is the host of 2nd India Nordic Summit held in 2022? So the host for this event is Denmark. Which country is the host of the 21st World Congress of Accountants in 2022? This is our country, India. Which city is the host of the Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit 2022? This is Gandhinagar in the state of Gujarat. Which city is the host of Smart Cities Smart Urbanization Conference? This is Surat. Which Indian state is the host of the FIH Hockey Men's World Cup 2023? Answer is Odisha. Odisha would be hosting this event in 2023. Which country is the host of FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in 2022? Answer is India once again. And where does the headquarters of FIFA lie? It is in Zurich in Switzerland. Okay. Next question. Which states have the highest ratio of under trials in jails as per the latest Ncrb data? So according to the latest data, compiled by the National Crime Records Bureau for 2020, of the total 4.88 lakh prison inmates, 76%, or you can say 3.71 lakh were found to be under trials, of which about 68% were either illiterate or school dropouts. Okay, so among the under trials, about 20% were Muslims, while about 73% were Dalits, tribals, or OBCs. Fine. So Delhi and Jammu Kashmir were found to have the highest ratio of under trials in jails at 91%, followed by Bihar and Punjab at 85% and Odisha at 83%. Fine. Now coming to the question slide, which Indian state has launched a comprehensive healthcare program for the newly wed tribal couples? So Attapadi, which is the Kerala's only tribal block, has recorded increasing infant death mainly due to malnutrition and health problems of mothers. So since 2012, as many as 137 tribal infant deaths have occurred. So the health department of the state, Kerala, has launched a comprehensive healthcare program for all the newlywed tribal couples in the Attapadi, and it aims to improve the health of the tribal women and prevent the neonatal deaths and the children born with genetic disorder. Okay. Next is Basaveshwara was a social reformer from which Indian state? So he was a 12th century Indian philosopher, poet, and social reformer, and he spread social awareness through his poetry known as Vachanas. So the birth anniversary celebrations of Basaveshwar is celebrated as Basava Jayanti across the state of Karnataka with processions. Okay. So this year both Basava Jayanti and Eid fell on the same day, and members of the Muslim and Hindu communities came together to celebrate the festival as Harmony Day. Which state launched the Mukhyamantri Mitan Yojana program? This Yojana belonged to the state Chhattisgarh. A commemorative coin to mark the birth centenary of Jawaharlal Darda was announced recently. He was a businessman and minister in which state? Correct answer is Maharashtra. Next question. Who has been appointed as the advisor to the Indian Prime Minister in 2022? So the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet has approved the appointment of Mr. Tarun Kapoor as an advisor to the Prime Minister in the Prime Minister's office in the rank and scale of Secretary of Government of India, initially for a period of 2 years. Fine. Now let's see some of the important appointments. Who has been appointed as the new chairperson of NASSCOM? This is Krishnan Ramanujam. Which state has passed the bills to transfer the governor's power in appointing the vice chancellor of the state universities to the state? So now the power of appointing the vice chancellor, which was with the governor earlier, now it has been transferred to the state. Means the state would decide who will be the vice chancellor of the state university, and this state is Tamil Nadu. Who has been appointed the new vice chairperson of Niti Aayog in April 2022? This is Suman K. Berry. Who has been appointed as the principal scientific advisor to the Indian government in 2022? Mr. Ajay Kumar Sood. Which cricketer has been appointed as the brand ambassador for Karnataka Brain Health Initiative? This is Robin Uthappa. Fine. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again on Monday with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nusrat Sana signing off.